Hello everyone, welcome to episode 29 of Scribbles with Jonathan. I'm your host, Jonathan Rector, and we're still pushing through this, taking a gesture and moving it to like a final rendered out piece. And so here's the female. The male was what we did in the previous video, and I just want to do a quick recap of what we're going to be working with. So again, let's just dive right into it. And again, usually what I like to do is work on the skull, and I will just get this out of the way right now too with the females, especially with the skulls. I like to work in rounded shapes as opposed to more angular shapes with the men, and I think a lot of that is pretty much standard. A lot of people work like that anyway. Again, the cheekbones still work the same for me, but what I like to do is once I know where the nose is going to be, I'll just put a little triangle. I kind of carry an extra triangle through there, and I know a lot of people do this, and that's just to establish where the eyes should be, because with females, one thing that we definitely want to worry about is making things a little bit more 100% accurate. The more accurate it is, the more what's the word I'm looking for? More perfect, I guess, or the more less flawed the actual personal look. So here I'm just putting some circles where I want the fingers. And again, if you guys remember, I was talking about I wanted a little kind of like a gnarly finger going on, like she's casting a spell or something perhaps. And just to establish where those fingernails are going to go. And we'll flare out a thumb as well. So we've already got our wrist locked in here. We're going to have our forearms. They kind of pop out like that. I don't think we're going to see an elbow. I may see a little bit right there of a bicep, and the shoulder is key here. And again, a lot of the things that I do here as well, if this was a guy, I'd definitely round out that lat right there. But for females, sometimes it seems like it's more appropriate to keep one side of them kind of like it's arcing in a little bit, just to seem like they're pushing the chest out a little bit more. And then I like to get a little bit rounder once we start getting towards the hips and stuff. And I know in the video right now it really looks like this is huge, like it's really sticking out, but as soon as I bring it up you can see it's just a little bit of illusion of the camera. So we'll just bear with me. One thing I noticed, a few artists that I recommend looking at women for are Frank Cho, Adam Hughes, just to bring a few up. And what I noticed they do with the breasts a lot, especially Adam Hughes, is he'll just round it out like this, and he'll carry a line straight across. And what I like about doing that is I know I can put them in here without it having to look like, again, my problem with most of these things is the silicone fake looking ones. If mine end up looking like that, I really get upset, and I spend quite a bit of time trying not to make them look like that. Again, we're just worrying about the anatomy. With the females, though, however, as opposed to the male that I was drawing, I don't really worry too much about putting all the muscles in there. I'm just scribbling in quite a bit of shapes. That way it gives me a little bit more option, again, to choose the lines that I like. Unless you're drawing She-Hulk or somebody like that, usually it's more appropriate to draw the females a little more curvier, less detail, but it opens up for more room for detail in the costume. So don't have to worry about that too much. And we're just going to move on to the actual chest. Again, making sure that this chest still fits in here. So right here we curve it in. And this line usually can follow right into the middle of her abs. And actually I'll do a quick little thing about that. I think I've talked about it before. Male abs, for the belly button anyway, it's like a straight line like this, with the belly button, oops, let me just tilt it up, like that, with the belly button going in. For females, it's a straight up and down one. And I mean, you could look at like swimsuit models and stuff like that just to get an idea. So if it's going to be up and down, we'll just do that. Her abs can go in here. And again, the costume, that I haven't even designed a costume yet, so all this may get covered up. But it's good to have it in there. I mean, it takes no time to put it in there. And I'm going to just take that moment for the that's what she said. Anyway, so we'll have the obliques there, I believe they're called. And this is where it gets a little iffy. Right here, a lot of people like to put a straight little line just to make it give the illusion of longer legs. Again. Okay, we're going to place her knee right about there. Whoops, sorry, you guys can't even see that. Put the knee about there. Again, same leg muscles that are in guys. Especially with legs, I like to make sure I know where the muscles are going. And right down here, whoops, sorry. Right down here is going to be her ankle. We have a bone there. And we're just going to flare out the calves a little bit there. And usually, for whatever reason, superheroes or whatever, they're always in like some sort of heels, so I'm just going to put a quick heel there. And we'll jump over here to the other leg. Definitely take advantage of this curve that we can get. We're going to get the knee coming in here. We won't lock it in too much to the rest of the leg. So all we're really worrying about is in the first stage we're getting the gesture line down, and then in this stage we're just blocking in shapes, like secure shapes that we may want to take a little bit further, and you know, just making sure things are lining up a bit better, and again, not stressing out too much. Let me just pull it out here so we can see. Not stressing out too much on having anatomical accuracy or anything like that. You know, I could even go as far as pushing in this area a little bit more just to help it out a bit. But I mean, I'm not afraid of having the women looking a little thick. You know, I know there's some people that'll have like an opinion about superhero women that have to have like the, you know, the hourglass shape, but the middle is like they have a corset just ripping at their ribs, and I mean, that's again a preference thing. Okay, so that, and I think we'll give her a little hairstyle here. I don't know, maybe we'll have her, maybe she's like a villain or something. She's gonna have this long hair sticking out, but maybe we'll curl it up a bit. Again, this is all scribbles, really, right? Like, we're not. If I had an actual definitive hairstyle that I would go in there, I would definitely think about that a little bit more. But it looks like we're getting close to the video being ended. I'm just going to try to add in her cape or whatever she was wearing here. And the costumes, I haven't really designed that, and I feel like I'd kind of be shortchanging you guys if I just did a whole video on just making a costume for them. So, unfortunately, that may be how this is going to end up going. Whoops, you guys can't even see what I'm doing here. Basically gesturing in some sort of cape. Maybe I'll just do a very quick costume now. So if she's going to have a cape, screw it, we'll just make her a superhero. So we'll give her some flaring gauntlets up here, or gloves, I should say. Maybe we'll give her some boots. Just round in where those boots are going to be. Give her like a thigh thing. I don't even know what this is. And here's a quick thing I can actually show you. By adding a thigh band or whatever right here, rounding around the shape, that helps. But the way that I've done it, it makes it look like the leg's going away from us. So what I'm going to do is actually change the curve to going towards us, just make it look a little bit more appropriate. And the other thing is, if you look at these, they're the same size, so what you're going to want to do with this one is make it a little bit bigger. And what it'll do is it'll actually make the eye fooled into thinking it's the same shape. And, you know, maybe we'll add some design here to the chest so we can show some cleavage or something, because that always helps. So, let me just zoom out here so you guys can see what's going on, and that's basically it. So let me get my hand out of the light there. And you guys can see basically the structure that we're going to end up going with. And then in the next few videos, we're going to tighten these suckers up with a tightened line weight, or tightened line work, and then I'll show you what we'll do after that. And yeah, so you guys can stay tuned. And I believe the next video, since we're doing 2 of these like this, I might upload them twice a week. Probably next Friday as well, and we're going to get back on the ball of some consistency with you guys, okay? So thanks so much for watching. You guys can check out my work at jonathanrector.com. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I hope to talk to you soon. Take care.